ShadowRockZX is powered by ad revenue. Simply disabling your ad blocker will go a long way in helping us to keep this channel running. Thank you for your consideration and enjoy the show. Hey guys, it's me TGP. I'm here with this week's challenge. I'd like to start off by saying that no, there will not be a demo for this, simply because I didn't have time. But I will instead provide images of what you're going to be going against. Now, let's get to the challenge itself. This week's challenge is a bit of an interesting one, and it's gonna be a little doozy. But don't worry, there is going to be an easy mode and a hard mode, and an introduction of hardcore mode. I'll get to those in a bit. But the challenge is that you're going to be facing the 4 elements, meaning aqua, fire, elec, wood. Liberation style, meaning you're in the middle and the other 2 sides are the enemies. Now, the navis that we've chosen for this challenge, the elements are AquaMan for water, BlastMan for fire, TomahawkMan for wood, and ElecMan for electric. Now now you may be wondering, why didn't you choose someone like Heatman or ChargeMan? Well, to be honest, when I was testing this out, BlastMan was probably the best of the 3. So I figured, you know what, I might as well go with him. Heatman was just way too awkward for that. But anyways, now, let's get into the rules, shall we? But before I get into the rules, keep in mind that there are going to be 2 cheats. One of them you must put on, or else you can't even do the challenge properly. And the second one is completely up to you. The first cheat is pushing L plus R will open up the custom screen. You're going to need this since L and R will turn you around. Without it, you really can't progress the challenge. And the second one is actually going to mute the results theme. Now you don't have to put it on, but the reason why I give is because it'll make my work a little easier. Plus maybe I can even put a victory theme of whatever I choose. But again, completely up to you. You don't have to do it. Alright, now let's get to the rules. I'm going to explain normal mode first, and then I'm going to explain easy mode, and then I'm going to explain hard mode, and the hardcore mode. Now, for normal mode, your folder must contain 5 of each element: aqua, elec, fire, and wood. Number 2, each of those chips must be different. For example, you cannot have 2 train arrow 1s. Number 3, 10 chips, the 10 remaining chips that you have can be anything, but you can only have a max of 2 of a chip. So, for example, you are allowed to carry 5 cannons. However, in your folder, you can only have 2. The next one, you can only cross into the 4 elements. So, for Falzar users, you can only go into Aqua and Tomahawk, and for Gregar users, you can only go into Heat and Elec cross. Charge cross will not be allowed, so keep that in mind. And finally, you can beast out, but you must cross first. And that's it for the normal rules. If you have any questions, post them below and I'll answer to the best of my ability. And now for the easy mode. The easy mode is, and this is going to make it significantly easier, so hopefully a lot of you guys will, hop in. But for easy mode, I am actually going to be removing TomahawkMan and AquaMan from the battlefield. So all you'll be facing, all you'll be facing is you'll be facing ElecMan and BlastMan, and they'll be downgraded to EX.SP. The next one is your folder must contain at least 4 of each element. And the last one, every cross is available to you. Now for the hard mode rules, and afterwards the hardcore rules. For the hard mode, first of all, I will be upgrading all the navis to RV version. Now for the first rule, your folder must contain 7 of each element. this time. Of course, each of those chips must be different. The last 2 chips that are remaining must be attack plus 30 and recovery 300. And you can only choose one of the 2 crosses. The choice is yours, however. And finally, you can beast out, but only if you cross first. And if you do beast out, you must beast over as soon as beast out is done. Again, you don't have to beast out, but if you do, you have to follow that rule. Now finally for hardcore, and when I say this is hard, this is, in my opinion, a bit hard. I've never tried it personally. I will probably try it throughout the week, but on paper, it seems hard. But here are the hardcore rules. And keep in mind, if you do hardcore, you must follow all the hard mode rules as well. Anyways, for hardcore, air shoes is allowed, but you must have the custom bug. The custom bug, if you don't remember, is, let's say you have starting 5 chips. After a turn or 2, you lose one of those chips, so you can only choose 4. And it keeps going on and on and on. However, there is some leniency with this rule. As in, of the 2 chips, I said recovery 300 and attack plus 30, you can replace one of them with bug fix. And with bug fix, you can only use it after 5 turns. Finally, if you are indeed using chip shuffle, if bug fix is there for the first 5 turns, you must chip shuffle. Afterwards, you don't have to chip shuffle if bug fix is there. And you also cannot pick bug fix to try to keep it with the shuffle. No, you have to shuffle it. I will elaborate on the part where I said the air shoes. You are allowed to use air shoes. I'm not stopping you from using air shoes. But if you wanted to be considered hardcore, you must have the custom bug for that. And one thing I should mention, and there is a bonus criteria. You do not have to do it, but I will mention it that you got the bonus if you do this, and it is for every single mode. The bonus mode is you must defeat at least 1 navi with this weakness. If you do that, I'll mention that you did the bonus. Now at this point, the challenge video is done. However, I feel obligated as if I should talk about what's going on in my life, at least. So if you don't really care about this, then challenge video is done. Go on and do your challenge. But I got some explaining to do. So, in case you didn't know, because I didn't really tell anyone, but it has come up several times. I was in the middle of moving. Got the house with my family. However, they wanted to do some renovations to the house before we moved in. So, during that whole time, I don't want to say homeless. We kind of all were homeless. We weren't in a house. We stayed over at other people's houses for almost 3 months. And Sunday, we finally moved into the house. And actually yesterday, Saturday, because today is Sunday, we got internet finally. So over the time, all those times I was taking breaks, is because I'm still in the middle of the move. And I still am moving. I'm still unpacking things. We're doing some furniture moving and all that stuff, but at least now I'll be on much more frequently because I'm in the comfort of my own home, and I'll probably be able to do much more than I was doing before. So at least I give you that much of an explanation. Anyways, if you guys heard this part, thanks for listening, and I hope to catch you guys later. Peace.